Okay, did everybody who wanted to put their business card in get a chance? Because we're going to be critiquing some blogs in this session.
Free tips. Yes.
Free tips.
Free tips.
Free tricks. Free ninja tactics. All right. We're ready to go. How about you guys? Yes. Woo! All right. I'm Stephan Spencer.
I'm Chloe Spencer, Stephan's daughter.
Yes.
We are father and daughter.
We are related. All right. Let's dig in. So SEO, conquering search engine algorithms. Did everybody who needed to be in the draw to get your website, your blog critiqued, get their card in the jar? Everybody?
We have a little bit of people still coming in, so.
Okay, so if you didn't get a chance, come on up. Now is pretty much your last chance. And also, I've got some free books. Yep, I got some free books to give away. Look at this. You might go overweight with your luggage. I'm not responsible.
So then it's not free.
Yes. We're also live streaming this session, so tell your friends. It is on Stephan Spencer, so at facebook.com/Stephan Spencer. And feel free to go on there and like and love the video so it gets even more reach, because we're going to change the world, hopefully, in this session. Okay, so guess how many books I brought with me? One, yeah. No, I brought 50. Yeah. And they're only $500 each. No. They are free. So not everybody's going to get one because there are more than 50 people in here, but a bunch of you will. I'll tell you how you'll qualify. You just have to participate. Okay, so that's it on the logistics. This is me. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm an SEO guy. The Art of SEO is my biggest book, and I have a couple. Look at, for as big as that one is, this is equally as small. This is 72 pages, how to be a power user of Google. It's called Google Power Search. So if you want to find confidential business plans of your competition, or Forrester research reports that normally cost thousands of dollars, this is the tool. And then I have a third book, which I forgot to bring with me, which is called Social E-commerce, How to Drive Real Business Value for Your Online Business Through Social Media. How to actually deliver sales through social media, not just likes and retweets. So those are my books, and that's me.
Okay, first of all, before I introduce myself, we need to take a selfie from
Oh, yeah, because we have to prove it's standing room only. Yay!
All right.
Smile, everyone. Okay, I need to be in this picture. Okay,
Awesome.
look excited.
Okay.
Like, this is,
you do it.
This is like a concert. Okay, here we go. And, oh, I'm stretching. Okay.
okay, we got it.
Got it. Go
All
ahead.
right, I'm Chloe Spencer, for those who didn't hear before. Yes, I'm Stephan's daughter. We're father and daughter, and both SEO consultants. So I'm pretty much his mini-me. And I'll just tell you guys a little bit about me and how I got started. I started my first business when I was 14 years old. Neopetsfanatic.com. It was a fan site for Neopets, which is a virtual pet site that was really popular back when I was a kid that I used to play on all the time. I was a huge fan of it, so I created a fan site and I monetized it with Google AdSense ads. And by the time I was 15, I was generating over $1,000 a month passive income, which was a huge amount of money to me back then. And I was ranking at the very top of Google for Neopets and all the different Neopets related keywords. And it became the most popular Neopets fan site on the internet. So it's been 12 years now that I've been doing SEO, which makes me sound really old. I guess that's what happens when you start really young. You just kind of sound old. I've been doing it for 12 years. And about 6 years ago, I started my SEO and online marketing consulting business. And that's what I'm doing today.
So who has a child or a niece or nephew or friends or coworker, somebody that they think it would be a great job for them to actually be self-employed, making money, passive income using the internet, right? Exactly. You can start as young as 14. She's 26 now. And yeah, it was a piece of cake for her. I didn't do the work for her. I just showed her some stuff, and she did the magic herself. She had a passion, and she monetized it, and used SEO to do it. Yeah. Yay! I'm a proud dad.
Thanks, Dad.
So look at that. That's her website back in the day. She called it the ultimate Neopets cheat site because Neopets cheats was a popular keyword. Do you want to explain how you found that that was one of the best keywords to target?
Sure. So I first started doing my keyword research using Google Suggest, which is a tool that a lot of people don't even really think to use. It's when you're using Google and you're typing something in and it comes up with automatic kind of examples of what, beginning with the letters that you started typing in, right? These are based on really popular searches. So if you start to type in shoes or fashion or cupcakes or whatever, it's going to come up with popular searches, including when you just start to type in. So that's a really great free brainstorming tool that you can use just right off the bat. And so I realized that Neopets cheats was really popular, more popular than Neopet cheats, because synonyms, singular, plural, it all matters. So that's just one great free tool we have, right up there on the screen where you can see. It's so easy.
Yep. And we're going to show you tons of tools, but this is just so obvious because you're all using it, but you're not thinking of this as a keyword research tool. Yes, there are localized suggestions in there, so take that with a grain of salt. You'll see Orlando type results in there if you're in Orlando, or LA results sometimes. Just realize that there's some localized results or suggestions in there as well, and your search history is incorporated in there too. So if you did a search on a keyword, it's going to show up in purple in that list. So we're going to cover questions in just a few minutes. We'll be able to let you interrupt. Basically, we've got a microphone in the back. She's going to climb over you guys to get to you.
Hey all, I'm Ashley for those that are ever and I'll be your mic wrangler today. It's very crowded in here, so I'm going to ask everybody to sit on one side, because once you start raising hands, I have to put you this mic because we're recording everything, and if you don't see it in this mic, we won't get you out.
Yeah. And we're not going to tell the fire marshal about any of this, right? This is on the DL. Okay. So SEO is so simple, a child can do it. At least we're going to demystify it as much as we can so that you don't feel like you have to be a tech geek, although if you are, that's great and helpful, but it's not necessary. And look at that. It's just this virtuous cycle that comes when you start getting success, you get media attention, you get links, your SEO improves because you have links, and these are high quality links. Media sites, you get on TV, you get...
Yeah, that was actually a huge part of how I became kind of the top in my niche, was really getting myself out there. I started speaking when I was only 16. In fact, my first conference I ever spoke at when I was 16 at BlogHer17 in Chicago.
Woo! Yeah!
So,
who was at BlogHer17? Anyone? No one!
One person in the back.
Yay!
Awesome.
Okay, we were.
Nice to see
the three of us.
So it's really great to get as much press, interviews as possible, and make yourself the expert in your niche, and that really, really helps build your rankings in Google.
Yeah, and make sure you get links when you get those media mentions, right? So she was just interviewed by MSNBC this morning, and just out there, and hopefully she's going to get a link in the article that includes the video embed on their site. So you got to follow up and make sure that that happens, because if you don't ask, you don't get. You may not get it anyways, but if you don't ask, you don't get. So here's an example article where she was covered in the Madison newspaper called the Capital Times. And then here she is being covered on CNET. I actually wrote that article, so.
Doesn't count, Dad.
No, it totally counts. For SEO, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our agenda. We're going to, as we promised, cover some blog critiques. We're going to do that towards the end. We're going to cover some mistakes, common mistakes that you guys will almost inevitably be making. We'll cover some tips and tricks, and then some SEO tools. Some of our favorites, there are many, and a number of them are free. So that's the great thing. Let's start with the mistakes. So you chime in on any of the stuff that you want, but I'll just crank through these really quickly. Tag pages. Who's familiar with tag pages? Okay, who's not familiar with tag pages? Okay, so why don't you grab a business card and we're going to show you tag pages on your blog. You're sweating right now. Okay.
Mintandthrift.com.
Mint and Thrift, okay. I'm going to switch networks here because I brought this little guy just to be safe. It's a Mevo, or not Mevo, it's a MiFi, and I also have a Mevo up front, and that's my beautiful wife, love of my life, right there, manning the Mevo. So that's how we're Facebook Living. And by the way, I just got to put a plug in for her. This is her awesome podcast. It's amazing. It's called Stellar Life. And on that, she's had such guests as Allison Armstrong and Dr. John DeMartini, who is in The Secret. Let's see, Michael Gerber, who wrote The E-Myth. Some really big name guests. Dave Asprey, the Bulletproof Coffee guy, who wrote The Bulletproof Diet. So definitely subscribe to that podcast. End of commercial. Okay, so let me show you some tag pages. And now hopefully we are on this trusty Battlestar Galactica network. And mintandthrift.com. So what I'm going to do here is I'm specifically going to look for a tag page. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go do a Google search for mintandthrift.com. And let's see what comes up. I bet we're going to get some tag pages. Who knew to do this search? Anyone? Okay, so here's a great tip for you. This is a way to see all your pages, or many of them. If you've got a large blog, then you can't see all of them this way, but you can get maybe 700 and some results back. Isn't that cool? So you type in site : and then your domain, no space after the colon, just SITE : and then your domain name.com. Oh yeah, I'll make a good idea. How's that? Yay! Even bigger, okay. Even bigger, let's Okay, so no space after the colon. You can even add, see this is all in this little guy here, this little book, Google Power Search, but you can add other keywords. So let's say that we wanted to find a page that was about, I don't know, deals, or no, let's do something else. Let's do coupons. We're finding pages that, oh no, you don't have a single page that talks about coupons. Darn it, there's a tip for you. Create a page that has coupons, because I see deals, shopping deals and tips. People are shopping and searching for coupons all the time. Promo codes, it's another one.
Coupon code is a really
Coupon codes, yeah.
really big keyword.
And you're probably wondering, how do I know which keywords are the big ones? We'll get to that. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so going back, just doing the regular site : search. I'm looking for tag pages. Tag pages. I got to make this smaller for a minute. Maybe you don't have any. Yep, you have a whole bunch. Look at that. Here's the problem with tag pages. This one's called Chambray, so that's your tag page. And if you have a tag page, it's just basically a rehashing of the same stuff that you have on category pages, on date-based archives, and maybe even your home page if it's a new post. And that's not really great for Google.
So it's when you're using tags while creating a page or creating a blog post on your site, and you're filling in all those tags you think are going to be helpful with different keywords. Don't do that because Google doesn't like tag pages. Use categories. So that's what we're talking about.
I think we're going to get a riot going here.
I explained it better, Dad.
Yeah, that's okay. It's going to get worse. So, so you can still have tag pages if you tell your WordPress blog configuration to not get those indexed. And the easiest way to do that is with the Yoast SEO plugin. Who uses Yoast? Okay, awesome. And there's a setting to no index tag pages. So if you want to use tags instead of just categories, that's fine. I've completely eliminated tags from my blog, but you can no index those. Cool? All right. And I'm going to give you one, I just can't resist, one tip about.
It's next.
This is a special moment. Say goodbye to tag pages. They're gone. Goodbye. We'll miss you.
Not.
Okay, so I can't resist but to tell you a little tip that has nothing to do with SEO. Who loves seeing pop-ups? Who loves them? No, but you still have them, right? Because they work. But this one's not going to work. Let me tell you why. One, it's a timed pop-up, and it should be exit intent instead. So as I move towards the exit to the back button, yeah, this is, when is the music going to stop? I don't know. Anyways, an exit intent pop-up will be more effective, and if you have something really valuable, some sort of lead magnet, that will entice them. It's much more powerful than just a newsletter sign up. Like, oh yeah, I want another newsletter filling up my email inbox. That's not really a value proposition. If you want more on this, because this is just a little aside, there's a great Marketing Speak podcast episode all about pop-up best practices, and one of the top experts in the world on pop-ups is the guy I interviewed. His name is Syed Belki, and he is the founder of Opt-in Monster. That episode, if you're interested in using pop-ups, which I recommend sparingly, carefully, if you do it well. It's episode number 29. Great episode. And while I'm talking about podcast episodes, the one with Chloe Spencer is another must-listen. It's episode 24. She's got the second most popular episode on my podcast. I've had like 90 episodes. And she's number 2. The only one who beat her out is Jay Abraham, the marketing legend. So I guess we can give him a pass. But that's pretty amazing, right? Pretty cool. Okay, so tag pages. Now we know what that is, and that's a mistake. Date-based archives. Who has date-based archives? Yeah, a lot of you.
Almost everyone, probably. Because when you have a blog, it'll usually automatically list your archives by date, so people can search, August 2013, but no one is actually going to be clicking here, so I'll let Dad explain that.
Well, why don't we just show it?
Sure.
So why don't you grab another card? This is called Management by Embarrassment. This is great if you've got other team members in your company and they're not doing stuff that you want them to do. You just show it off in a meeting with the boss. So we're going to do the site colon again. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go there. The sweethotmess.com. That is awesome. I love it. Okay, so let's increase the size on this. Yeah, it's loading slow. Okay, and what we're looking for is date-based archives. Let's see if we can find any. Here's the thing, like how many of you go to a blog and think, gee, I wonder what happened in 2015 in January? Anyone? Yeah, a couple of you. Okay, so again, if it's really important that you keep that, you'll have to no-index those because these are low-value pages. Do you remember I was showing you a tag page? We didn't actually get past the pop-up, but look at that tag page. Do you think this is a high-value page? No. This is what Google would call thin content. We don't want to have thin content pages, and we certainly don't want to have a lot of thin content pages. Date-based archives are not really valuable for for the keyword relevance of January 2015 or March 2016. I'm not trying to rank in Google for those keywords. A tag page is better than a date-based archives page in that respect, but they're still typically thin content. Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
Sucky title tags. Why don't you take this one?
Sure. So title tags are one of the most important aspects of your on-page SEO. One of the most important. Who here knows what a title tag is? Show of hands. Okay, so not very many people here. So you may know what it is without actually knowing. So in kind of geek language, a title tag is the title attribute in the head section of your HTML. And if you don't speak nerd, that's okay. It is also the kind of snippet of wording at the very top of your browser window, or if you have multiple tabs open, it's the title of the tab. So as you can see, the title of these tabs up here are the title tags.
Yep, so we have this one at the sweethotmess.com is The Sweet Hot Mess, a positivity, beauty, and fashion blog.
Yep.
Okay, so there's some keywords in there.
Yes, that's good. So the reason why this is one of the most important aspects of your on-pages of SEO is because this is the one of the most prime spots for your keywords. Because the keywords that are in your title tag are given the most weight by Googlebot when crawling your site. So your top keywords for every page on your site should be in the title tag of each page. So each title tag for each page of your site needs to be unique. And it should be about 60 characters, including spaces, or less. Google did increase this to about 72, but it's more or less based on pixels. This change may not be permanent, and they can still get cut off in the search results because your title tag of your page will most likely show as the title of your listing in the search results. So if someone's typing in a keyword into Google you want to rank for, there you are on page 1. The title of your listing will be the title tag of that page. So you want to keep it about 60 characters or less, including spaces, and have your top keywords for that page at the beginning of your title tag. This is the top spot. Your top keywords, beginning of the title tag. And if you want to edit your title tags, you can do so using the Yoast SEO plugin. If you're using that, I think it's called SEO Title, and you can edit your title tag for each page. And if you don't have that plugin, you can also download the plugin called SEO Title Tags. It was actually created by Stephan. Sounds weird calling him by his first name. I never knew that. So he created it years ago. That's a really awesome plugin where you can edit all your title tags in one place as well as all your meta descriptions. Your meta descriptions are also important, but it's not like a ranking signal. So when you put keywords in your meta descriptions, it's not going to help you rank for that keyword, but the meta description will show up as the description of your listing. So the title tag is the title, the meta description will be the description. So this is to increase click-through rate, CTR, right? So you want to explain the page with, good keywords, but not that you're trying to rank for, just to get people to click on it.
Yep, so this plugin is really cool because I wrote it, and it has mass edit capability, and it's completely free. The Yoast plugin has a capability as well that they added much later after they ripped it off from me. But here's how it works: is there's the title which is the post name or the page name. And then you can make a custom title, because welcome, for example, or blog or homepage, those are terrible title tags. There are no keywords there. You put good keywords in the title over here, and that will then show up in the title tag, which shows up in the Google search results, like you see here. Here's an example, Shop Bop Event of the Season Favorites, Mint and Thrift. That's an example title tag. Sometimes Google doesn't use your title tag if it doesn't like it, and it will override it, but a lot of times it uses your title tag, and then oftentimes it uses the meta description, as Chloe said. Not always, but a lot of times, and it is query dependent, so whatever keywords were typed in will change how this is displayed, but many times it's the meta description. Okay. Oh, mine is called SEO title tag, and here's the website. scienceofseo.com/ and there are hyphens between each of the words, SEO title tag plugin. All lowercase.
Do you want to take questions during the...
Why don't we leave it for the end? Yeah. Okay. We are going to plow through.
Yep.
Okay. Duplicate content. Do you want to say something about
You
duplicate?
can
Okay.
get through this one.
Okay. Duplicate content is bad. There you go. Did you need any more on that? Okay. All right. So very quickly, we don't want to have duplicate pages within our site that are the same content but at different URLs. That's bad. You end up competing with yourself because Google gets confused because they see, the algorithm sees that you have multiple pages, multiple URLs, but it's the same content. So which one is Google going to choose? It may not be the version that you wanted, and you're not having all the link authority or link equity accumulate on the one definitive URL. You have multiples. It's kind of like if Trump had a twin brother and he was also running for president. Neither would win because, which one would you choose? It's a weird analogy. Okay, so we don't want too many Trumps, and that's basically what we want to avoid, duplicate content. Okay. Next, no intro copy. What is intro copy? Well, let's say that you go to let's go back to Sweet Hot Mess for a moment, and we're going to go to a category page of positivity. And on that page, we're going to see if it's just the latest 10 posts, like you typically see, or, and I apologize for the slow download speed, but apparently a bunch of you are on your phones. This is a problem. It's not really much content. It's just the 10 latest posts. If we could add some content around positivity and happiness and staying positive or whatever, right? So we're going to talk about this in a way that adds value, not just keyword stuffed.
Yeah,
Like,
so add actual text on the page. It's not just links to your different posts. So add text and then explain and use the keywords in that text that you want to rank for.
Yeah, and make it valuable, actually useful for the person who have read it. Okay, so that's intro copy, because then you have a stable keyword theme for the page. It's not just whatever random stuff you pulled from your last 10 blog posts on that category, or that have been categorized that way. Using someone else's domain, well, if you have a blogspot.com or some other URL that doesn't belong to you, you are wedded to them. That's back in the day. Remember when people actually had earthlink.net email addresses on their business cards? And or AOL, even worse. You can't not keep that email address active because you got all those business cards out there. So don't use somebody else's domain. Lousy URLs. Those are ones that have way too many words in them because it's all based on the length of your blog post title, and then it's maybe half a mile long. Don't do that. Also, if you have tracking parameters in the URL and that sort of thing, a lot of times that'll get picked up, and those will create duplicate content. You'll have multiple URLs, some without the tracking parameters, some with. Not good. Okay.
So what to optimize? Your target keywords. So as we were talking about before, you need to be doing keyword research. Don't just use your gut. You need to be using tools. This is super, super important. This is going to be the game changer for your business if you're not using tools to do keyword research and you're just thinking up keywords in your head of what you think people are typing in. Because it's often counterintuitive which synonyms to use, which variations of different wording to use. So, we'll go into some of those tools in a little bit.
Well, why don't we just quickly show Google Trends?
Sure.
Why don't we show, since we were just looking at the sweet hot mess, let's just quickly run with that for a moment, and then we'll pick another example in a minute for our next thing. Let's use positivity and compare that with happiness. Anyone want to guess which one's more popular? Who thinks positivity? Who thinks happiness? Okay, so let's see who's right. I actually have no idea. I've never done this check. Wow, huge difference. Positivity is like flatlined. Nothing. We got a whole lot of nothing here. So and that's what the sweet hot mess. Shelby, who's Shelby? Where's Shelby? Okay. I feel bad for you, so I'm going to give you a book. Pass this back. Okay. Yay, she's got it. Okay, so positivity, not a great keyword. Happiness, way, way better. Now these aren't hard numbers, these are ratios or percentages, but you can see there's a night and day difference. If you were to call that category happiness and then optimize with some intro copy that adds some text to the page, and it's not just a list of your latest posts on that topic, that would be great. Cool.
And then we already talked about title tags, so.
Yep. Categories. We kind of talked about that too.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that. You can take.
URLs, short and sweet, keyword rich, don't use underscores, use hyphens to separate words. Navigation, let's say just to be thoughtful in your navigation structure. Try and use good keywords, just like we showed with positivity or happiness. Happiness would be a better category and a better nav item to put into your top nav. And it's better if that's a text link than a graphic link. Why? Because Google associates the words, doesn't have to be underlined, but if it's link text or anchor text, those get associated with the page that you're linking to, whether it's a blog post, or it's a category page, or it's a regular WordPress page to your site, like an About Me page. It's better if it's a text link. You can highlight part of the word and see that it's text. And it's better if it's keyword rich and not just, like I remember back in the day, Coca-Cola had a category or a section of their site called Spill It. And you had to mouse over a bottle cap in order to even see the word spill it. It flipped over the bottle cap, and then you could click on the spill it and wonder what the heck am I even going to get, and then 2 minutes later a page would load. like back in the day when everything was Flash-based. So make it very intuitive, keyword rich, and that'll be good navigation structure, and also use breadcrumbs. Anyone use breadcrumbs on their blog? Okay, so very few of you. There's some great plugins like WP, what is it? WP breadcrumbs? I was thinking WP Page Navi, but I don't know if that provides it. I'll have to look it up. Okay, so breadcrumbs are great, and they're plugins that do that for free. RSS Feed, feel free to chime in if you want.
Yeah, no, just go through. Let's keep going.
RSS Feed is where you are going to allow syndication of your content. Some people still use RSS feed readers, but most people don't anymore. But it's great to get your content out there, especially if you have a podcast, you need an RSS feed. That's what makes it a podcast. So optimize your RSS feed. Make sure that the titles are great, the descriptions are great, not just for the overall blog, but for each item, each of your posts that are featured in the RSS feed. And meta descriptions, we already talked about, not a ranking factor, but good to do to increase the click-through from the search results. Body copy. Why don't you say something about body copy best practices, like keyword prominence?
Sure. So keyword placement is really important in your content. And there's also a really big tip. Do not stuff your keywords throughout your content as much as possible. I know that the Yoast SEO plugin has this keyword density thing where you're trying to get the green light, make your keyword come up in your content a certain amount of times. Absolutely ignore that. That's called keyword stuffing. It's actually against Google's guidelines. You can get penalized for stuffing your content full of keywords. So the only places you really need to put your keywords are in your title tag and your headings. Headings are given a lot of weight by Googlebot. So your headings, your subheadings, your H1s, H2s, H3s, put your top keywords in those. And then just a few times throughout your page copy, just so it's natural. You want to write for humans more than bots. That's really, really important. Google recommends this beyond all other things, is to write really valuable, compelling content for humans, for your users. And do not stuff your keywords throughout your content.
Yep. And think of this in terms of keyword prominence versus keyword density. Keyword prominence is where you have it prominently, not at the very bottom, like, oh, I forgot to tell you this whole page was about shopping deals or whatever. You start at the top with, hey, let me tell you about the shopping deals, but make it not a page that kind of goes like this. Let me tell you about my shopping deals. I have so many great shopping deals. We have tons of shopping deals. Our shopping deals are huge. Do not do that. All right. Robots.txt. Okay, so now we're going to get really geeky with a few things. I'm going to pick a few of these, and we're going to, for time's sake, kind of skip over the rest. Okay. So robots.txt. You all have a robots.txt file, probably. Yep. You want to go back? Okay.
Yeah, take a picture of this one because we won't go through everything here.
We are going to put the slides online, so don't worry about that. Yeah. And where are we going to put them? Let's put them on, check my Twitter. So S. Spencer is my Twitter. I will post it as soon as I have a moment, because I bet I'm going to get mobbed for books at the end. So as soon as I have a spare moment, I will post a link. Okay, so we're going to use hellogorge.com. I like that, Hello Gorge. Okay, so robots.txt, here's how we're going to do it. hellogorge.com/robots.txt. Let's see what comes up. Everybody look natural while he's filming. Look like you're enjoying yourself. I'm really enjoying myself. This is great. My website sucks, and I didn't even know it. Okay, so check that out. You've got a robots.txt file, and you didn't even know it, Anna. And you have a bunch of disallows, but here's where it gets really geeky, and I'm not going to go into detail, but let's just pick one of these. Let's do, oh, I don't know. How about account? Now you got these as disallowed, but what happens if I do it hellogorge.com/ oops, did the wrong thing, account. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing a site colon lookup like we did before. Okay, so there we don't have any problems with the account being pulled up in the Google search results. But see how we have checkout, we have... What's that?
Magnify it. Zoom in.
Zoom in. There we go. Yeah, some of you are even out of the room. That makes the fire marshal happy when we're out of the room. And no. Okay, so here's what usually happens, and I don't have time to check this across all of these, but you'll find that many times some of these disallows actually are in Google. You're like, well, I disallowed it. And the reason why is because disallow in the robots.txt file says, hey, Googlebot, stop coming in here. That's different from, hey, Google, drop this from the search results. See the difference? You ever go and do a Google search and you found something that said, this result doesn't have any information about it because of its robots.txt? I'm paraphrasing. You've ever seen that? Anyone? Yeah. That's because it was disallowed with robots.txt, but it's still on the search results. Okay. How do you fix it? You use noindex. And you do a meta robots noindex tag in your HTML, and you would remove the disallow from your robots.txt. Yeah, I'm like,
Very nerdy.
See, this is why we don't go into this area.
Yeah, let's just.
Should we just skip it all? Like, this is making my brain hurt sort of stuff? And you're like, no, my website's screwed up. I don't even know how. So here's the thing. If you have a disallow, you're telling Googlebot, don't go in here. But Google already knows the page exists a lot of times, and so it's still going to keep it in the search results. It's just going to stop visiting. That's why you need to use noindex instead. So if you want to learn how to do it, just Google it. Noindex, just one word. And there's a way to add that, or, with the Yoast SEO plugin, there's a way to just bulk noindex a bunch of pages, like the tag pages and the state-based archives, right? And also, if you have a plugin that does email this post to a friend or printer-friendly version, those should not be in the search results either. Okay, so noindex is your friend, not disallow. Got it? Cool. Okay, XML sitemaps. This is something that Yoast provides, and this is a list of all your URLs of your site, of your blog. Okay. I'm not going to go into that because it's we gotta cover some sites, pull up some your blogs. Canonical tags. This one's important, so I will mention and show it off. Do you want to grab another card? Actually, I'll just use Hello Borch.
That one's next.
Okay. Well, let's use careercontessa.com. Okay, so we're looking at canonicals. You're like, what? Canonical what? So we're going to do this. We're going to go to the home page, careercontessa.com, and I'm going to view source. Who goes to view page source and views the HTML? I think you guys are all geeks.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Geeks get books. Yeah. I don't know if everybody's going to get a book because this is a really big room. Full of people that the fire marshal's not happy about. He's watching you on live stream. Okay, so now I'm going to view source. And we're looking for canonical. What is a canonical? That means that you're telling Google that this is the definitive source version of that piece of content. So the home page could exist at multiple URLs, but that URL that you specify is the correct main canonical version. And you don't have a canonical tag. That's a missed opportunity. What if somebody goes to Career Contessa without the www? Does it redirect? If it does, that's good, because now you've eliminated an opportunity for Google to potentially treat your homepage as two duplicates of each other.
Yeah, I'll jump in on that one. So if you don't have a redirect set up from your non-www version of your URL, say example.com, and your www.example.com, then it's being split up. And potentially all of your inbound links that are pointing to those two different kind of versions of your URL can be actually split in half. So this is really, really important that you set up a redirect. Now, usually when people will set up a 301 redirect, you may have heard that signals a permanent redirect, or a 302 redirect signals a temporary redirect. But there have been some kind of new studies about 302 redirects actually being better. We'll get into that a little bit.
Yep.
But you can do either or, just kind of for the sake of getting a redirect in place. And you can do that with a plugin. Like if you're on WordPress, you can download a redirect plugin, or you can just set up a redirect from the www version to the non-www, or vice versa. It doesn't matter, whichever one you prefer.
Anyone use a redirection plugin? A redirect plugin? Yep. Do you know what the name of it is? Redirection. Yep. Easy. Okay, this is the study that I'll just show you so you can jot it down for later. Fascinating analysis that shows that a 302 redirect actually is better for SEO nowadays than a 301. Crazy, right? Because for years, Google and SEOs have all been saying 301s are the correct ones, the correct type of redirect to use. And here this study, which is really fresh, came out late last year, shows, and it's a legit study, shows that 302s are actually better. Google has gone on record to say that 302s also pass PageRank, they pass link authority, just like 301s, but in this study they found that the context of the link is transferred for a longer period of time. In other words, remember I said the anchor text? If you have anchor text that says click here, you're telling Google like, hey, the page over there is all about click here. Google takes those words, those underlined words, and associates them with the page you're linking to.
So anchor text matters when it comes to links.
Yeah.
You want good keywords in your anchor text instead of saying click here or read more.
Yeah, especially when we're talking about you linking to your own stuff.
Internal links matter, not just external links, because external links are a huge kind of pillar of SEO, right? You want to build up your link authority. So all your inbound links are really, really important, and you want to build links from really authoritative, trusted sites. So you need to be building up those links, and internal links also matter. So the anchor text of how you are linking to other pages on your sites or on your site matters.
Yeah, and see, that's Gary Ish from Google, who says that so basically any kind of 3.0 whatever redirect, 301, 302, 307, they all pass PageRank and you don't lose PageRank depending on which one. Okay, so canonical tags will help you to tell Google this is the canonical definitive version of the page. So if you, for whatever reason, can't use a redirect and you want Google to not get confused about which version to use, it doesn't hurt to have a canonical tag. It's not necessarily going to be obeyed because it's only treated as a hint by Google, but you should do it. And yeah, so that's canonicals. Redirects we covered. Schema.org markup, we'll save that for if we have time at the end in Q&A. Just ask us that question about schema.org. Optional excerpts, this is really cool. You can use optional excerpts in WordPress instead of the more tag. Who uses the more tag? Okay, so what that means is you're taking maybe the first 2 paragraphs or first X number of words, whatever, and using that as the excerpt across date-based archives, category pages, the home page until it falls off into the archives, right? Problem with that is duplicate content. What if you used optional excerpts, which are supported in WordPress? You might have to display it by, I'd pull it up if we had time, but maybe in the Q&A we can do that. You can see optional excerpts is a feature that you can display in the WordPress admin when you're editing a post or you're writing a post. You can see that there's an optional excerpt. You handcraft something. Make something like unique that is a teaser, makes people want to click to read that blog post, and that's coded into your WordPress theme so that if an optional excerpt is defined, it uses it everywhere but the permalink page. So it'll use it on category pages, on the home page, and date-based archives, everywhere. And then the permalink page, which is the actual blog post, is unique. It's not the first 2 paragraphs all over the place across your blog and reused and becomes duplicate content. Pretty cool, right? So that's an optional excerpt. So if we have time, we can pull up some examples of this. Pagination, it's good to have good pagination, not just next and previous links, but actual page numbers, allows faster transfer of page rank into deeper pages of your site if you have a lot of pages in a category. So WP Page Navi is a great plugin. Related posts, there's YARP, yet another related post plugin. There are others out there, but that's one that I use. Anyone else use YARP? Yep, just a few of you. So I like having related posts. Who goes to Amazon and sees like people who bought this also bought these things, and you go check those things out? Wouldn't you like to have that sort of thing on your blog? Yeah, and it's great for SEO too. These are great interlinkages in between different relevant blog posts within your blog. And then I already said no index junk pages like date-based archives and tag pages. Whew. Okay, so we kind of already covered this.
Covered that. So essential tools. Okay, so Suval is a really great keyword brainstorming tool. We'll wait for people just to take a photo of that real quick, and then we'll pull it up here so you guys can actually see what it is. No!
Psych. Really gonna mess with you guys.
All right. So
everybody got it?
Suval, SOOVLE.com. Great free keyword brainstorming tool. And what it will do is give you keywords from, it works kind of like Google Suggest. So when you're typing in something, it'll come up with a whole bunch of popular searches, including those letters that you just started to type in. And it won't just give you what's popular on Google, but YouTube, Yahoo, Bing, eBay, Amazon, Answers.com. So it's really great to use. And by the way, if you didn't know, YouTube is the second most popular search engine after Google. So YouTube is a really, really, really great platform to be on and be utilizing for your business.
Yeah.
So
who knew that? Who knew that YouTube was #2? Not Bing, not Yahoo. Awesome. You guys rock. So look at this. Isn't that cool? So it would be a lot faster if we were on a fast internet connection, but start typing your keystrokes and it pulls from Google, Bing, Yahoo, YouTube, Answers.com, Amazon, Wikipedia, all simultaneously.
Yeah, so you can get a whole bunch of ideas. It won't give you data on popularity, search volume, but it's a good keyword brainstorming tool.
And you can click on these things and go directly to that search engine. Look, there's Amazon suggestions, autocomplete suggestions, and if I were to click on one of these, it would take me right to the search results for that keyword in Amazon. So that's Suval. Who's heard of that before? Oh, yes, almost nobody. And it's free.
Now, so use it.
Tweet it. S. Spencer, Chloe Spencer.
All right. Another one is answerthepublic.com. This is another really great free keyword brainstorming tool. And we'll pull it up here so you guys can see it. There's a weird man. I forgot to tell you guys. Whoa, what's going on?
I think we have...
That's really creepy.
It's because of our internet.
Yeah, so he'll actually, he starts moving. It's really weird. So just
wait for it. Wait for it. There, he's going to start picking his teeth. There he goes.
Yeah, it's kind of distracting while you're trying to do your keyword research, right? But so go ahead and type in a. Okay,
let's. So career Contessa. What would be a relevant keyword for you, Kit? Where? Career advice. Perfect. Career advice. And it defaults to UK, but you can change it to US, Australia, whatever. Check this out. This is so cool. Ew, he's picking his teeth.
At least it's not his nose.
That would be awesome for April Fool's Day. They should totally do that. Okay, look at that. Isn't that cool? How, what, where, when, why, which is down here. Without, with, near, those are prepositions. These are question-based search queries. So why would you care about question-based search queries? Well, for one thing, you can create FAQ pages. Like, what sort of questions might you want to know? Here, let's make this bigger. What sort of questions might you want to know if you're into career advice? Let's say you're changing careers. How to ask for career advice from boss. That's good. What is the... I'm going to find a really good one here. Who can give me career advice? Nice. I like it. Who can I get career advice
So basically it just gives you a whole bunch of variations of different ways to utilize that keyword with different questions, different, basically different variations of how you would use that on your website or your blog, how to target it.
Yep. And another thing you can do with these question-based queries is you can see if people are, bloggers and so forth, are outranking you in what's called position number 0, the featured snippet. So let's see what that looks like. Let's pick one of these. Let's see. How about how to give someone career advice? Let's see if that Google query gives us an instant answer. It does not, so we'll try another one. It's just how to ask for career advice. How to ask for career advice. Who's seen featured snippets before? Basically an instant answer. Yeah? Here's an instant answer right here. Look at that. It's taking up so much of the screen real estate. It's position 0, pushes all the organic results, number 1 through 10, all the way down below the fold right now. Isn't that interesting? And you want to get some of these, don't you? Who wants to know how to get... Yeah. Who wants a book? Like, who wants to... Okay, let me show you all how you can find out how to take featured snippets away from your competition. There is a Search Engine Land article on that very topic, and it was written by me! Yes! Okay, so searchengineland.com, make it bigger. Searchengineland.com, make it bigger. Here it is. How to rank for position 0 in 3 simple steps. It's actually not easy, it's just simple. A featured snippets primer. So you're gonna, probably easiest to just Google for this, or you can search Google for Search Engine Land, Stephan Spencer, you'll find this. It will be easy. And then it explains the process. There are different types of featured snippets. This one is a numbered list snippet. If there is a how-to sort of question, typically the best answer is a numbered list. If you see a competitor has a how-to featured snippet and it's a paragraph, you could steal that featured snippet because you could have a better answer. I explained that in this article. If you have a better answer that is a numbered list, you have a shot, if you're already ranking on page 1, to steal the featured snippet away from the competition. Now this is a good format. How to ask for career advice is a numbered list already, but if you provide a better answer than this, and you're already ranking on page 1, you don't have to be number 1 to get a featured snippet. So all that sort of detail is in the article.
All right, Moz Keyword Explorer. This is actually the best keyword research tool. The other two were keyword brainstorming tools that don't actually give search data and popularity, which you really want to know. So Moz Keyword Explorer, you can get a few free searches, but it is a paid tool if you want to use it more in depth.
Yeah, it's like 3 free searches per day. So if you
span it out.
Yeah, it's best to pay for it really because it's a great tool.
Yeah.
I'm part of Moz Pro, and you get a whole bunch of other tools. I think it's somewhere between $60 and $90 a month.
So it's an investment, but it's a really, really great tool. You may have also heard of using the Google AdWords Keyword Planner tool to do keyword research, but the thing about this tool is that it's not very accurate, especially when you're using the free version. When you're just using the free version, no, it's so bad. Honestly, it gives you really, really broad ranges and is super inaccurate. And if you're spending money with AdWords, then you get access to like a better version of the tool, and even then it's quite inaccurate. Moz Keyword Explorer is a way better tool, and it will give you, instead of where Google AdWords Keyword Planner groups everything into buckets, you'll see like all these different keywords have like the same exact search data, and you're like, wow, they all have the same exact number. No, because they group them by buckets, whereas Moz Keyword Explorer will give you a range, nowhere near as broad as the free version of Google AdWords Keyword Planner. It'll give you a range, but it's like 95% accurate, so it's way, way better of a tool to use. So if you don't have the budget to spend on investing in this tool, which I do recommend if you do, but if you don't, that's okay. Just take advantage of using the free searches and just kind of span it out.
Who's doing AdWords, spending money on Google AdWords? Anyone? It's a very small number of you. Who knows somebody, like a friend, who's spending money on Google AdWords though? Okay, so here's a hack. It's a sneaky little trick, but it's really cool. Ask your friend to add you as a manager or authorized user to their Google AdWords account, and then you get access to the better version of keyword, the Google Keyword Planner.
Yeah, just log in as them, and then you'll be able to use the Keyword Planner.
You'll have access. You don't need their password. They just need to give them your Google username, your Google email address, and they will add you as an authorized user to their AdWords account. Isn't that cool? That's ninja. But even so, you're going to get these weird numbers, like Chloe was saying, traffic buckets, 201,000. Why does that number keep coming up? Because that's the bucket. If it's 212,000 or 206,500, it all becomes 201,000. It's really annoying.
Yeah. So like if you're comparing two different keywords and you're wondering which one I should use, which one is better, and they both have the same exact number, they don't actually have the same exact number necessarily. It's just been grouped that way. So then you're kind of missing out on knowing the exact search data for those keywords and which one was better to target.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely.
So we didn't really show the Keyword Explorer, so let's do a quick search. Let's grab another card and we'll pick somebody's keyword market that you're targeting. Okay, I am the milk. Who's that? Okay, what's your primary keyword? Parenting. Thought you were going to say breastfeeding, but okay, parenting. Let's put in parenting. One of the cool things you can do with this tool is you can add keywords to a keyword list, and then it will give you all sorts of data across the whole keyword list. So you have essentially like an ad group in AdWords or a keyword group for SEO, and it will give you a bunch of data across all of those keywords.
If you go over to the keyword suggestions on the left there, this is really great because it'll give you all sorts of different keyword suggestions, and you can tweak the results to show keywords including this word or excluding this word, or there's different ways that you can if you just show the drop down there.
Let's just choose questions. We were looking at Answer the Public just a few minutes ago, great free tool, right? Well, this one is giving me question-based keywords as well because I chose to filter by that option. Show me only keyword suggestions that are keywords, that are questions. What is parenting? I have no idea. What is child rearing? Make it bigger. What is the definition of parenting? Can get parenting magazine? No, cannot. Okay.
So Majestic is a really great tool. It's also a paid tool, but you can use it for free. You need to be checking your own domain on Majestic and paying attention to your trust flow. This is a super important metric. Every kind of person that I've either coached on SEO or helped with their SEO, I always check their trust flow on Majestic. This is a metric you always need to be monitoring. So we'll just pull up somebody's...
I'm the milk?
Yep. And so how you want to search is you want to use the fresh index option you'll see there and search by your root domain and then press the orange button. They don't have any data, so let's try another one.
Oh, it's actually iamthemilk.wordpress.com.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Using somebody else's domain.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Where is it? Yep.
It was right there.
Second from the bottom right there.
So this is actually a mistake that I made when I first started blogging when I was 14. My site was a .wordpress.com site, and I found out the hard way that I had to switch to my own domain because you can't actually have ads or make money with the .wordpress.com site. They do not allow ads, so I had to switch over. You do not want to be on a WordPress.com site. Go to WordPress.org and get a self-hosted site and then install WordPress.
Do you know if iamthemilk.com is available? Oh, it's available. Uh-oh, I hope none of you take it, okay? That's so not cool. That's not cool. And just give me a moment. I'm gonna actually register iamnotthemilk.com, so give me a minute, because I bet that one's available. Okay, so, oh, and here's another power user tip. You're gonna love this one. It has nothing to do with SEO, but you will love it. Tweetable, this one's tweetable, S. Spencer. Name CHK. Who's heard of namechk.com? Isn't this an awesome tool? So cool, and it's free. This checks your username. I am the milk. It's checking for that username across all the social platforms. You have a lot of green. You better get busy, and you better do it now, because I don't know who's live streaming on this channel. They might sell it all to you. Yeah. That's a lot of green.
Yeah, and people actually do that too. When you start getting big, and if you don't have your name registered on one of these big platforms, they will kind of hold it over your head and charge you an insane amount to buy it. Once you get really big and you want to buy it, that's actually happened to several people I know, and they had to pay insane amounts. So don't let this happen. Register your names early on.
Aren't you all happy that it wasn't you that we picked out of the bowl? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so what is Majestic telling us? Get it? Yeah, you know what? Nope. Come afterwards, I promise you'll get a book. They're right there, some of them. And we can't...
They're being used.
Yeah, the Mevo is strategically positioned on a stack of them. Sorry.
So your trust flow is at 14. This is not good, unfortunately, but you can build it. It's out of 100. So trust flow is basically a metric that is taken from how many trusted sites are linking to and building up your kind of trustworthiness, your link authority. This metric actually directly correlates to where you're going to be ranking in Google. If you have a really low trust flow, which means you don't have a lot of authoritative, trustworthy sites, which means sites that have high trust flows linking to you, you won't have a high trust flow yourself, and it's going to be really hard for you to rank in Google and beat out your competitors. So you want to be building up your trust flow. Okay, so a couple other things that I want to mention before we move on to another tool. This is a fantastic tool. You should use it and spend money on it. You can get a couple of free searches a day with it, so you can like check your site and check your competitor and do a couple other competitors the next day, etc. But if you pay for this tool, you can get backlinks. You can see who's linking to your site and what their trust flow is, what their citation flow is. That's the importance metric. Trust flow is the trust metric. And you can look at your competitors too and say, oh, they got a link from XYZ person or blog or website or company, and I could get a link from them too. I actually know them. I just saw them at BlogHer, right? And so you can contact them. That's great competitive intelligence. Now the 14 isn't just bad because it's 14 out of 100. It's even worse than you think because this is on a logarithmic scale. Do you know what else is on a log scale? Richter scale. A 5 out of 10 on the Richter scale is not so bad in comparison to a 6. But you know what? A 7 is massively worse.
Do you get that? So the gaps between the integers get logarithmically larger the closer you get to 100. So a 14 out of 100 is not 14% of the way there. It's like if you're climbing a mountain, you're an ant and you've made one step. So you got lots of work to do, but the good news is you've identified your Achilles heel. Right, this is the thing to focus on first before you go in and tweak things like no indexing and all this other stuff. This is it. Get some links. You have like 100 and some friends in here. And they feel really bad because you have a WordPress.com domain. They'll hook you up. All right. So that's Majestic. Screaming Frog, we don't really have time to show it, but it is a tool that you install on your computer.
It's an SEO spidering tool, and it is a really great tool, but it is a little bit techie, a little bit nerdy. So
we're going to skip over it, but the quick 20-second explanation of this is it will spider through your site and show you all your title tags, all your meta descriptions, all your H1s and image, all attributes, and all the sort of SEO stuff, redirects, 404 errors. So that's cool, right? It finds all your error pages. It's free, kind of, for up to 500 URLs. If you have a small site, you can use it for free. Not all of the features are available, but most of them are if you have a small site. If you have more than 500 URLs, meaning the blog post plus the category pages plus the tag pages plus your about page and all that sort of stuff adds up to more than 500, then you're going to need to pay for the tool, but it's not that expensive. It's pretty cheap.
All right, in Google Search Console, absolutely everybody in this room needs to be using Google Search Console. It's free. It's provided by Google. You need to set this up. You can monitor really important data in here, such as your rankings, how many impressions you're getting, how many clicks you're getting, versus your impressions, so your click-through rate, your CTR. You can view this kind of data here. You can also monitor any errors you have, such as your 404 errors, your not found errors. So say you changed the URL of a page and you had all these inbound links from good sites you had built pointing that page, but then you changed the URL, you didn't set up a redirect. And so now those pages are pointing to a 404 error. You're actually losing the value of those links. This is huge. You do not want your 404s out there without being redirected. So you can check your 404 errors in Search Console. And before I should mention how to actually set this up is you want to set up properties for all the versions of your domain. So example.com, www.example.com, you need to set up separate properties for both of those versions, as well as if your site renders both HTTP and HTTPS, then you need both of those, or all four with the example.com, www.example.com. So you need to set up all of those as separate properties in Search Console.
Isn't she awesome?
Thanks. So you can also monitor your mobile usability errors in Google Search Console, and this is really important because if you have Google Analytics, which you absolutely should, if you do not have Google Analytics, set it up and monitor your data.
Who does not have Google Analytics set up?
Don't be shy.
Okay.
All right, good. All you pretty much, that's good.
Who doesn't have Google Search Console set up though?
Oh my gosh, that is what you're going to be doing immediately. Seriously, game changer for you. So set up Google Search Console, set up your properties, monitor your 404 errors, your data, monitor your mobile usability errors if you have any, because your site needs to be mobile friendly. This is huge, because if you're looking at your Google Analytics, you see where your users are coming from. You'll notice that most of the time, most of your traffic comes from mobile, not desktop computers. This is going to be the case for a lot of you, and it's just going to grow because more people are using their mobile devices to search online instead of their desktop computers. And if your site isn't mobile friendly, like it's not responsive, and it automatically, fits a phone, switches to be mobile friendly, then you can get demoted in the search results. So if you have any errors, mobile usability errors, Google will actually push you down in the results. You won't rank in the mobile search results because they really value having a mobile-friendly site, so make sure you don't have any errors in this section on Search Console.
Okay, so let's show how to add your site. You go to google.com/webmasters. Okay, google.com/webmasters. And then you're going to end up adding your site by clicking this red button called Add a Property. And the property you're going to add is your website. And as Chloe said, use the http://www.yourblog.com, whatever it is.
Or HTTPS if that's what your site
Yep,
is
if you're on
rendering.
HTTPS, then that too. And without the www, so you have all your versions. Because if you just have the www, that's not going to give you the data on the non-www, and vice versa.
And you'll also go in and you'll set your preferred URL. So when we talked about redirecting example.com to www.example.com or vice versa, whichever one is your main one that the other one redirects to, you want to set that as your preferred URL version in Google Search Console. You can do that in the settings. And then so Google knows which one is your main one to present in the search results.
Yep. So let's show how to check your 404 errors, shall we? Go to crawl errors. Okay. And then you're going to see things like 404 errors and server 500 errors and stuff.
We're about out of time.
Okay. And I have very few errors, except here the 404 not found errors. I got some. Did a cleanup back in April. But see, if people are linking to a wrong URL, that's not a correct URL. My biography page is not called biography. It's called about, I think. Anyways, that's a problem. If somebody linked to that page, to my about page, with biography, then I'm losing PageRank for those votes. They don't count. Anybody linking to a page that doesn't exist, that doesn't count.
So use that redirect tool and redirect that old URL to your new URL, or if that page doesn't really exist anymore, then link it to something that is really similar. That would be a good replacement. Because also Google doesn't want people, coming to your pages who don't want to be there if that's not what they're looking for. So link it to something that's really similar.
Yep, and look at that. This is telling me where I got links from, including, I've linked to it from several places on my own website. So I used to have it called biography apparently way back in the early days, and I didn't change all the links.
So you need to get on that.
Okay, I will delegate that right away. Okay, so all you do is you click on the URL, and then click on the linked from tab, and you can see that these are the places where, or some of the places where you got links. And
pointing to that.
it's a 404.
Page. So get
That's
that
money right there.
Yep.
Okay, so Google Search Console, Page Speed Insights, another awesome free tool. Here, let me switch.
Page speed is actually a ranking signal, so it is something that Google monitors and directly correlates to where you're going to be ranking in the search engines. It's just one of those out of the hundreds of things. So if you have a really slow loading site, then Page Speed Insights will tell you, and will tell you what's making your pages and your site load slowly and what can be done to speed it up. And this is really important. So use Page Speed Insights.
Who is Kimberly, Sensible Stylista?
In the back.
In the back. Hey, okay. Let's see how. Now this is not a good sign. It took a little while for that to load.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and this is really not good. Not good.
Here, zoom in on it.
Oh, we want to zoom in? Okay, we'll make it really big. All the red and the errors and the poor score. Let's just make it really big. Oh, do you want to give her the...
You might have to use the blog spot because it's a redirect.
Okay, so it's a redirect?
To
To a blogspot URL? Oh, we got a double whammy here. Oh boy. Okay.
she needs a book.
Yeah. Okay, but if we put in the, I don't know, well, let's try it. Blogspot. I have a feeling that it took that into account though. And included the redirect in there. See, a lot of times it's your choice of images, and if you've used huge images that weren't optimized, this is a bad sign. This has taken a really long time to analyze.
Yeah, and sometimes a carousel slider can slow down your site a lot.
Now, it went south, it went worse. Now you're in the single digits. I don't think I've ever seen this low of a score before. Yeah. Oh, I said I'd be nice. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so this is definitely something you want to address. And guess what? When you address this, not only is it going to help your SEO, it's going to help your conversion too. Very, very important signal or factor for conversion rates is to have a fast loading page. Okay, so we are running short here of time, so what we'll do is I'm going to give you something awesome. We are going to give some books away once the session's over with. And here's how you're going to get a book, potentially. You're going to get something cool anyways. Everybody's going to get something cool. And here's what you're going to get. You whip out your phone. Who's got your phone out? Okay. And I want you to text 33444. So that's the phone number. It's a short code, 33444. And here's what you're going to type into the text message. BlogHer, all caps. Yep, so 33444, text the word BlogHer to 33444, and the stuff you're going to get, if you show me that you texted that, I'm going to give books away until I'm out. No, I mean when I'm out there. You don't have to show me right now. Can't do anything with that information at the moment. But you're going to get some really cool stuff. So it's going to ask you for your email address and then give it your email. And I've got two really cool things that are going to be part of this whole pack of things. I'm going to give you a free the Chapter 7 of The Art of SEO is an amazing chapter on content marketing and link building. So you get that. You'll get the SEO hiring blueprint. You'll get the SEO BS detector, which are trick questions you can ask whoever you're going to hire to help you with your SEO. I mean, I do have online training and stuff on as well, but this is some great free stuff that you can get as a starting point. So
we're almost out of time.
Okay, so let's see if we had anything. Okay, we mentioned name check. Uber Suggest and Authority Labs, just go to their websites. Okay, so these are the blog critiques that we're going to do some now, and let me give you this.
We have 5 minutes.
So you can jot that down or take a photo. So you have our contact details, our websites.
And I'm offering a free SEO strategy session call with me. So all you have to do is go to chloespencer.com, opt into that, and you can set up a free 1-hour SEO strategy session call with me where I will actually, you're welcome. Yes, please do take me up on this. I will sit down with you, we will pull up your site, and I will actually give you a whole bunch of tips while looking at your blog, and we'll go over all of it right there, mistakes you're making, things you could do to get higher rankings, things you could do better with your website. So please do contact me, and I'd be happy to help you out.
Yeah. She's going to be very busy. artsandclassy.com. Okay, so let's do some super fast lightning round stuff on some of these sites. We'll start with the home page, because that's the most important page of the site. So Meredith, where are you? Hey Meredith, okay. So remember how to get the title tag? You just mouse over the tab, and it says, home, arts and classy.
I've learned a
Yeah.
Good.
So I wonder if you rank for home. Let's check. Okay, I'm just messing with it. But these, yeah, it's really going to be easy for you to tweak that. Do you want to give some feedback on things you can do for the
Sure.
homepage?
So let's see here. So,
You need your mic.
yeah, so this section before you scroll is called above the fold, and this is really, really important because many people do not scroll. If what they see when they land right on your site without scrolling is not interesting enough, they will leave. And so you also want to have kind of direction on what you want them to do, what you want them to click on, because when people are landing on a site, they're looking for something kind of subconsciously to click on. What do you want me to click on? You know, so if you have a button that will bring up a pop-up to opt into your lead magnet, something really awesome that's free in exchange for someone's email address and their contact information so you can build your lists, you can email market to them and follow up with them. So this is a really, really great thing to be utilizing. So I would definitely be doing more with what's going on?
Well, it's just loading slow.
Okay.
So there's probably something in that stripe, but yeah, we can't see it right now. And
so are you using lead pages for that? Yep.
Yeah.
So that's good that you are utilizing.
yeah, so you have a timed one and an on
Yeah.
exit. Okay, so the home page is the most important page of the site, so start there, optimize there, use your biggest money keyword, your best keyword there. Title tag, body copy, high up in the body copy,
Yeah,
where
and
it
you need
matters.
text. Don't just have images. And if you do have text inside an image, you need to move that so it's actual text, because when Googlebot is crawling your site looking at text to look at your keywords, what should I rank this under? They're not going to know what's in an image unless you set an alt tag, which you should anyway. Put your keywords in an alt tag for all your images, but make sure you have those keywords in actual text in your body copy.
Yeah, so you can see if this is text or not by trying to highlight parts of it, or hit Control A or Command A. Looks like this is text, even though I can't highlight it. But the real text on this page is this stuff. And this is probably the more tag, right? Yeah, so that's just the first X number of words or whatever of the blog post. It says duplicate content. This has no unique content on it. Okay, so that's an easy one. Okay, next we have treasureboxkids.com. Where's TreasureBoxKids? Are you in here?
Yep, right
Okay.
there.
You don't have to say anything other than just, I'm here. I'm not going to critique your site if you're not in
What
the
was that?
blog.treasure, okay. Okay, you have a link to the blog right up there at the top. Okay, good. It bothers me when they don't have a link and you have to scroll down for the blog to the very footer. It's like, yeah, we don't really care much about our blog, therefore Google shouldn't either. You know, links, the placement matters. So if it's a footer link, if it's tiny text, it's unlikely people are going to click on it. Google has a disdain for those kinds of links. Okay, so this is the homepage, and since we talked about a previous homepage that there's a similar sort of issue here, this is is this unique content? Or is that? Okay, but right now it's from the pages? So they will be unique, but they're not yet. Okay. And then let's go pick, where are the categories? Girls, boys, and girls' accessories, those are the categories? Okay, good. That's
So,
good.
yeah, I was just...
Because these don't look like blog categories, and I'm trying to figure out how do I navigate deeper down other than just the featured post, and I mean, I don't even see recent posts.
And I noticed that you didn't have any of your top keywords like in the content. So you have it up here, you know, ethically made, socially responsible kids clothing, but that's going to be in an image and not text, right? So Google.
That's actually a thing that we just changed over about a week and a half ago, so we haven't gotten everything changed.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so now you got some things to do.
Yeah, so definitely make sure your keywords are in text and not just in images, so you know your Google bot can see which keywords you're going to be ranking under.
Those same keywords are going to be who we are, what we do, and how.
Okay,
Good.
so
All
we
right,
are
great.
out of time, unfortunately. We want to make sure that, yeah, I know. We'll stick around for as long as you guys do.
Yeah, you can come up and ask us questions individually.
Yeah, so is it lunch break now? Yeah, so I've got books in the back, so I'll meet you in the back and I will give books away if you bring your phone. Thank you very much. Yep, and our Twitter handles, S. Spencer and Chloe Spencer.
Because I won't be able to.
Right, I think.
Can
Okay.
you buy the book anywhere?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, can
and-
I go to
Yeah, it's on Amazon. You can buy it on
Because I know
Amazon.
I'm not going to get that.
Okay.
For me, I
Yep.
wanted people